Additionally, around the town, you see smaller houses, you know, one or two bedroom, maybe small hovels homes, made out of wood and everything. The streets, the streets around most of the town are gravel or some rough stone, and it circles in. There's dirt paths between all the other areas there, the other buildings there. And then to the southern end of the town, you guys see a very large mage tower. It's about 100 feet tall, and it's about as wide around as one of the mansions here. It's a very big building here, made of gray stone and lined with white wood around the finishing areas. You guys enter town. You delivered Bree to her grandfather, or her grandparents' house, and Sneaky. You guys were going to get rewarded, but Sneaky pissed off the grandfather, and you guys got the door shut in your face. So you guys did that. Preston went off to try and gain an audience with the mage of the tower, a good mage named Fidelia Bloodgood. Which you haven't met yet. While the rest of the group went over to the northeast of town where they visited Kane's Stash. It's ran by this general store / craft area. It has a blacksmith, woodworking shop, whatnot, crafting area. Is ran by a older 20s woman named Leia Decker, man, I can't even speak that. Leia Kane, after she inherited the building from her uncle Deckard, and so she sells various magical goods. As they're a little bit expensive for this part of the woods here. As you guys found this out, you guys got a few items picked up, but it's definitely expensive because, wow. She's a fledgling business trying to get out in the world, and it's not a very prosperous area, so things are hard to come by here. Some of the things you guys notice while here in the area, as you're walking about the different buildings, you notice that the people seem to have magical tools at their disposal here. Like you'd see a magical broom sweeping there, or a self-stirring pot here. Small magical implements that made their life better. And for what you can tell, the people have embraced magic here. They're not proliferately casting spells and doing stuff, but they seem to have magical goods in the area. So that's where we stand now, where the majority of you guys are out at Leia's shop here, with Joe being in a smithy. He's working on his axe, and Preston trying to gain audience with the mage. So we'll switch. Does anybody have any questions before we go any further?
Hello, me.
Hey, hi.
What I heard the last like 3 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Give me like a 2-minute rundown of what happened last week. And
well, you guys pillaged Phandalin, and you took a girl here to Freywater to her grandparents' house named Bree. A girl named Bree to her grandparents' house. She was the daughter of Barthen, and then you guys started exploring the town. You guys started at the upper right here with the merchant shop to buy some items. You guys got a few things. Becca has most of the items. I think she's carrying them or whatever. You guys picked up. What can I say? You guys bought some Dust of Disappearance, and then some studded leather armor. And then additionally, Preston's down here at the Mage Tower, currently.
We bought 2 studded leather armors because I've got one.
He just bought one for me, and then there's a bag we were gonna go back for eventually.
Yep. A bag of holding was for sale there.
Yeah.
Expensive than you guys currently could afford.
No, we chose not to spend that much money.
You're wise with your gold. I believe we took all the money. And that includes from you, Ephraim, because we handed all your money over and converted it because you had tons of copper, silver, whatever, and gold. So just
You
to
should
make it
feel a
easy.
lot lighter now.
We didn't do any of your items though, so if you had anything you needed to sell, then this would be the time.
Correct.
No, not really.
Okay. All right, so
Pretty
we're
good.
here now. And yeah, back to questions.
Yar.
Do I need to get some sprinkling or some holy water? I need some ruby dust.
Okay.
Stuff for my spells. I mean, is there a spell shop or something like that?
Well, so you're still in only. Leia turns to you. She says she can definitely help with at least the ruby dust because you guys did trade some gems in, and she probably had some more in the back, and so she can definitely help you out with that. Depending how much you need, it costs about 100 gold a pound. So it's dust. And then as far as the holy water, though, she says she can't really get that. You'd have to find someplace that can do that itself.
Okay, well, I need three things.
I don't know what things consist of.
The ruby dust. The three, you said 50 gold each?
No,
100 gold pound.
Sorry, what?
100 gold per pound of ruby dust.
Per pound. Okay, so when... Okay, so give me a pound and 1.5 pound.
1.5 pounds then.
Which
Yeah.
spell is it you need it for?
Like all my spells require ruby dust worth 50 gold pounds. Per...
Okay. Becca, you want to hand over the gold for that?
Yeah.
So I mean, I have 190.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter either way.
It's fine. So take 150 out and add 1.5 pounds of ruby dust to your inventory. So each casting of the spell probably uses, a fistful or so of the ruby dust. I don't know. Probably equate to maybe about a fifth of a pound per casting. So be aware of that.
Okay.
So, all right. Did anybody want anything else from the shop while we're here?
Nope. I am not there, so
You're not.
I do want that bag, but I'm not there.
But
I think we need to run a side quest of robbing the place at night. Acquiring.
But there might be ramifications.
I sleep at nighttime.
According to my mind, I will be forgiven for minor crimes around town.
My spells are more important, so I sleep.
So you guys have seen, when you've been looking around town, there's not really guards or anything. You think it's more, you consider it's more of a militia that deals with anything around town here. The Lord's Manors probably have some sort of guard or something themselves, but there's not any active soldiers or anything in the city.
Gotcha.
So Preston, we're going to turn to you real quick. Just FYI, it's probably around 3 or 4 in the afternoon right now.
Okay.
So just be aware of that. So Preston, you're at the front of the Mage's Tower. What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna walk up to the door of the Mage's Tower. And when I walk up to it, do I see any doors, or is it like one of those Game of Thrones towers that doesn't have a door?
No, you walk up to it and you see a large, solid wooden door there.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the door and I'm gonna knock 3 times.
All right. So you knock 3 times and nothing is heard throughout the tower here. At the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy. I'm gonna pull a Dumbledore. Speak really loud.
All right.
Hello, is anyone there?
All right. So you cast this, and of course your voice goes booming across. And just FYI, most of the town has trees everywhere around it, so it's mostly forested here in this area.
Okay, so it dissipates outwards, but up towards the tower.
Yes.
Okay.
So your voice is booming there, and all of a sudden you little rattling on the door, and it opens, and a small gnome looks up at you. She's sort of elderly. She has gray hair. And
I'll look
everything.
down at her and still really loud. Oh, my sorry, my apologies. And then I take the thaumaturgy off.
She covers her ears real
Apologies.
quick.
Sorry.
What can we help you with?
Yes. I was actually looking. I've heard that you guys, that this particular tower is where all of the learned, people who subscribe to the magical arts and the learning thereof. And I was hoping to procure a few items and possibly, speak with the person in charge here.
Well, you're right about some of that. The power of we take in people with some magical ability that have never been trained or used before, and teach them how to use magic to better things. But unfortunately, Lady Bloodgood is currently away right now. She can't help you. She was summoned away a few days ago, though we expect her to be back any time now. She's usually not gone that long.
Okay.
Did you need to leave a message for her?
Yes. If you would please tell her that I, Oryx, have need of her assistance and would like to confide in her and perhaps forge a friendship there. But in the meantime, do you by chance, I'm looking to find some special ink. I have a spell book here that I'd like to begin transcribing, but it appears that I'm out of the special ink required to do so.
Well, we certainly do have the goods here, but we'd have to wait for Lady Bloodgood to get back before I can think about giving it away here. Unfortunately, I'm just a caretaker. I cleaning, cooking, and whatever else like that.
I totally understand. And now, should you need us, I'm not sure. Is there a place in town perhaps that travelers often stay? Or I apologize, we're new to this town. We're trying to find a place, and should there be a place that is suitable for those accommodations, that's where I would be found should she return.
Well, certainly. You can visit the Pilgrim's Tankard. It's just down the road. You should see the biggest building on that outside circle of the gravel roadway there, and they have plenty of good food and drink that you can partake in.
Perfect.
Will you plan to stay there for a few days?
We may be in and out of the town, but for the most part, yes. I will check in. Should I leave out of town, I will leave notice with the innkeeper. To forward any messages to me, and let me know of her arrival. So,
fantastic.
Absolutely superb.
We'll let you know. So,
absolutely, thank you very much. And then I make my way back to where I think the people are that our party is.
All right. So the door, heavy doors closed behind clunk, and you start going down the road. You pass by the inn on the right there. You meet the rest of your companions out in front of the cane stash. You guys have a few days here, so if you'd like to do any sort of crafting or anything like that, you're welcome to.
I was wondering, is there like a library or anything around?
You go ahead and shoot, I can't remember stuff right now, guys. I can't remember stats. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Ephraim. All right. So, upon talking with the townsfolk and looking around, actual libraries here. It's a pretty small town here. No more than about 1,000 residents. The only places where there might be mass amounts of books, they said, are at the Lord and Ladies Manors in the center of town. They might have some collection they keep for their personal use. Or the Mage Tower might have books on magical.
Are we still looking for the other part of the key?
Yes, we are looking for the other part of the key.
Is there any other mission we're on at the moment?
None at the moment, no.
That is our primary objective.
There is
Okay.
You rob the store, but
Well, whatever. We'll get to that. Okay.
Especially as a lawful good.
What about can I talk ask around maybe places where there'd be maps or something like that?
So, all right. So, with further questioning to some of the townsfolk, some of them have crudely drawn maps of the area you're in here in this part of the wilderness. You know, like it shows Phandalin to the southwest. Down here, you know, just rough hills and mountain ranges and everything that they've explored around. And they tell you such. The maps aren't detailed. They say that it'd probably be best to visit Lady Bloodgood's tower for maps of any sort of real value.
All right, I know her. She is currently out of town, and she will. She has been instructed to let us know is the moment that we find her,
Okay.
or the moment that she arrives in the town, I should say. She's expecting me at, what was the name of that place again?
It is called the Pilgrim's Tankard Inn.
She's expecting me at the Pilgrim's Tankard, so should we find rest for the evening, that is where I will be taking my rest.
So, Sneaky, you've been asking around the townsfolk a while, trying to find see what shrines are available here, and none of the townsfolk are overly religious in this area. They don't have any specific shrine or god they pray to. There's no churches for some sort of clergy in the area. Since magic is the most prevalent thing here, they don't really rely on the faithfulness of the gods for anything, so you don't
Heathens.
find it.
Every last one of them.
So,
Sorry, I missed the last minute. What happened?
nothing.
Okay, cool.
Nothing happened.
Meteor fell from the sky, you died.
No.
Stuff here.
While I guess everyone else is doing their thing, or before we kind of finish out,
I
wanted to try and sell some of those pelts and skins that I had.
All right.
To that particular shop that we were at.
So you enter Kane's stash here, and you know, Leia's a little taken back here by the sight of a tiefling.
My dear lady, I have been told that you are the merchant of all merchants, and that your wares have none to compare in the surrounding areas. I have some items here that I would like to sell. Are you interested?
Go ahead and do a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
Okay, so she's, you know, you see her cheeks redden up a little bit. She's really flattered by your words here, and she says, "Certainly, I can definitely buy whatever you're looking for. Are those your companions that were just in here earlier?"
Some of them, yes. We are indeed a band of travelers that travel together for safety. You know how it is these days, especially with what happened in Phandalin.
Well, what do you mean? What happened in Phandalin?
Oh, you didn't know? Juicy. So the town of Phandalin has been laid waste. There was a lich that came, and the entire town was decimated. There was but one survivor. She is here in this town. She's with her parents. With the ding 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 ding.
Barthens.
The Barthens. The Barthens just up the street. And it was a grave experience, but thankfully, you know, we were there. We eradicated the threat, so that it did not spread to surrounding, you know, communities. So you are safe. Fear not. Fear not. You know, I took care of things for you.
A little pompous there, huh? so she, you know, you see, you know, face darken up a little. She's a little upset by the news of that. She tells you how I had good friends there. The Barthens were good friends of mine. It's too bad.
Indeed.
At least it's good that dear Bree survived here. I'll have to go visit her later, see how everything.
Absolutely, and we provided her with many accommodations, to ensure that, you know, someone who'd gone through such rough terrain, that we, you know, to know that we were there to take care of her. You know, we want to be just as much part of this community as you are and they. and I basically just want to be like to I guess at this point say I've got these different skins and pelts that we've procured along the way, and I thought that they might be of good use to someone.
Definitely, we can always use those more. They make good goods for leather and bedding, and all sorts of things. What do you have?
Absolutely. And so does he have a table nearby that I can start spreading out my stuff?
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out
space.
one giant rat pelt,
Okay.
one rabbit skin. I'm gonna pull out one great club.
Okay.
7 banded agate crystals.
All right, let's slow down here. I can't keep this in my head here. So
That's okay. I've got a lot. That's why I said I wanted a table.
For the rat and rabbit pelt, I can give you a gold apiece for.
That's amenable. They're nothing to me, so that's moot point. So that's 1 gold for those.
Yep.
All right, I'm not.
At that,
I'll put them in at the very end. So you have running calculations.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So what's the next one?
All right. So I've got got the rabbit skins, a club. I want to pull that out. This club this was owned by the Great Clog. He was a war chief of his own mind, and this relic it's precious to me, but I'm afraid I need to part with it. It's far too heavy for someone of my stature to carry around.
She looks at you in confusion because she's never heard of Clark or anything like that, and she looks at this club that's obviously pretty beat up and looks like it's still got bits of dried blood on it in the crevices, and so looks like you discussed. Well, it'll certainly make some good firewood, I guess.
I don't think you understand, my sweet dear. This Clark, he was part of the uprising for the Lich, and the townspeople. I mean, this relic is something that is part of their past at this point, and that what little is left, I hope that you might be able to find refuse in your stores.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Go ahead, roll persuasion.
Yeah.
All right, so she still has a look of, but she okay. How does 50 silver sound for it?
Ooh, 50 silver. I don't know. I suppose for you, I could do that.
All right, it's a deal then.
Okay. And can I insight check her to see if she's feeling like she's getting the better end of the deal or not?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception, I believe.
I just want to see if I get the sense that I'm being had, or if she's being honest with actually seeing that this is a higher value item than just trash.
So from what you can tell, she still thinks it's trash, but she definitely gave you a better deal than it's probably worth.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave that one at that. And then we've already got the quarterstaff, and I found this in the dregs, the very deep dark of the caves in Cragmaw. And I'm going to pull out the snapping turtle. It's a clockwork snapping turtle.
Okay.
And I believe this was artificed by the finest of gnome creators. And, again, I have no use for it, but, I'm sure that this would be a wonderful trinket for one of the nobles here in this town, wouldn't you think?
So her eyes widen a bit in wonderment at this, because this is surely a finely crafted item here, toy or tool of some sorts here that she's never seen before. And she asks you, does it work? Can you make it do whatever it does?
Does it work?
It does. Yes,
okay. Yes. Then I'll gently wind it up and set it down and show that it comes out and snaps and does the whole clockwork turtle. And it's flawless condition. I found this in a treasure trove of a dragon. Would you believe?
Persuasion check. Come on now.
The dragon's long since dead, but. Dang it.
Okay.
It's doing so good.
Okay. So she does not believe the dragon piece of it. She believes you found it somewhere.
Okay.
And it surely is impressive to her, this working tool, because this is modern marvel for their time, a work of craftsmanship. And she says, "Well, this is certainly fine. I'll gladly offer you 50 gold for it."
It's a deal. It's a deal for you, but only for you, my lady. Don't tell anyone else that I'm giving you such great prices. I can't have my reputation.
Lie all the time, you know. You guys winkiness, you know. He's got a smolder going on for you or something.
He never talks to me this way.
Oh dear.
Got
I'll have
this.
to break his smolder here. Or something.
All right. So, and then I've got that. I'm gonna hang on to that net. I want to see if she has any of those Underdark mushrooms. I have the Underdark mushrooms. I'm gonna pull that out. And the 7 banded agate crystals, because those crystals aren't like rubies from what I can tell, right? Nothing I can use in my spell that requires ruby. Okay. So yes, I have no use for these crystals.
Translucent striped crystals that are striped brown, blue, white, or red. There are various colors depending on the stripe here.
And these, my dear, these came from an elusive eclipse elemental. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but we've fought one very up close and personal. It's very dangerous to get these, you know.
And you know, she's still at this point. You've dissuaded her impression of you just a little bit here, trying to be so.
Okay.
Overblowing it here. Yeah, sure. I'll give you 10 gold for the crystals. These are very useful to us.
Okay. Can I insight check her on that?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. What? Just give me a second. I'm trying to. I don't know where my insight. What the junk?
Under history, above intimidation. It has a no check mark. It's underneath your 2 check marks.
Derp. She's completely honest. She could have my children. I don't know.
But from what you can
I trust her
tell,
with everything.
She's she's being straight as can be with you.
Okay. So, and the Underdark mushroom, did she have any interest in that?
1 sec. So how many of those crystals did you have?
I have 7 of them.
Okay, 70 gold. Sure. All right.
Okay.
So you pull out these mushrooms and you set them on the counter. And it's been a few days since you acquired these mushrooms, and these are mushrooms that live in caves here, and they've obviously started rotting and going bad.
Okay.
Especially because these were giant mushrooms cut up into chunks here from you guys destroying them.
Okay.
You set down this gooey mess on her counter,
And I'm gonna look at her
instant disgust,
and say, "Do you have a trash can?"
Yeah, we'll promptly burn that for you here. And
Thank you. Thank you for taking care of that.
gingerly sets it down.
Okay. And then I think that's everything off the. Oh, and I've got some goblin fingers if you're interested. I'm gonna say it just casually.
No.
They make a wonderful necklace.
I will have to pass.
Okay, no, that's totally amenable. So what does our grand total come for this grand hoard of items?
So I've come to a total of 122 gold and 50 silver.
122 gold and 52 silver?
50 even.
Okay, that sounds amenable to me, so just making sure I reconcile. That is the giant rat pelt, deleted.
Yep.
Rabbit skins, deleted.
Yep.
Great club, deleted.
Yep.
Snapping turtle, clockwork.
Yep.
Banded agate crystals.
Yep.
Yes, and I believe that is everything, correct?
And your meat. Your mushrooms, I mean.
The mushrooms. Did she pay me anything for them?
No.
For recycling? Huh?
No, 1 bit.
Okay, dang.
In fact,
All right.
she'd probably charge you if you said anything.
Okay, I won't say anything. So, all right, so that's good. I'll go ahead and, I am glad that I was not disappointed. You truly are an artificer of the greatest degree. Thank you for your time, and I depart.
You're welcome. Come back again. We'll hopefully have a bigger selection next time you come by and visit.
I will definitely. I have my eye on many of your items that would do wonders in my adventures. So, thank you.
So you exit out the door here, and your companions are there waiting for you. Glad you finally got rid of them. They didn't want to say anything, but the smell's been getting pretty bad. Of course, the other goods you've been carrying around, the pelts and whatnot, have not been helping in the slightest. So you guys are meeting around there, and all of a sudden you hear a crackle and a pop coming about 5. You guys are right around here at the entrance to the pathway to her, and then about 5-10 feet behind you, you hear this crackling and pop, and all of a sudden, you guys turn towards the end, and up pops this mage, and you can see she's wearing red robes that have thin yellow trimming along various pieces of it. It's a female of about medium height, pretty large. I'd say about 5'10" or so. Of a slimmer build. You see with brown messy hair that's kind of about shoulder length. And from what you could tell, looking at her, you can't really tell her age.
Did he stop talking?
What?
I can hear him. It cuts out a little bit, but I can hear him for the most part. Yes.
Sorry, am I something going on with my sound?
Can you hear him now, Sneaky? I can hear you, Bonefish.
Okay, sure. Levels.
Sneaky.
Wrong thing. Use my correct
Yeah.
microphone. Okay. So yeah. So out pops this mage here, as it described. And she turns and she's facing you guys. I heard you were looking for me. And she's at you, Oryx. I'm Lady Bloodgood. I just got back in town, and
my dear lady,
your assistant told me you were seeking something from our tower.
Yes, indeed. My dear lady, yes, indeed. I was indeed looking for you. I have a tome here that I would like to transcribe some of my spells from, but it seems that I have completely run out of ink, in order to do this transcription, and I was hoping that someone, of your greatness and stature would perhaps have something for me to use.
Well, certainly. So, how about we go back to the tower and we can see what we can help you with there.
Absolutely. And can I insight check her to see if she's got any malicious intent?
Go ahead. Yep.
Just because I'm generally untrusting of people.
Okay. So you can't make heads or tails about her expressions, emotions, or anything. Her face, it's one of those faces you can consider. It's not old, it's not young, yet you can't tell the age on it. And it's masking thoughts and everything very well.
Okay, it sounds like Sneaky can hear you. All right, then I follow. Please lead the way, my lady.
So she takes you all as a group down to her tower here, and the big wooden door, opens automatically as she even gets close here. She doesn't wave her hand to anything. She doesn't Jedi mind tricks going on. And so you guys enter this tower, and the bottom floor right here, to the left and spiraling clockwise, is a giant staircase here, and then a few pieces of fluffy furniture in there that looks very comfy to sit on. This is obviously a waiting room for the tower here, for any guests.
Right up your alley.
And she brings you in. So you need ink, you said.
Yes. I was
writing.
Specifically, I need the ink in order to transcribe from to basically put spells to paper of the magical property variety.
And so she thinks for a moment. Well, I certainly have some, but it's not easy to come by. But how about this? I will gladly give you a couple inkwells worth if you guys can perform a little task for me.
You have my intrigue, and I look at the others. What do you believe?
I say, what are we getting out of this? Besides you getting whatever.
My dear lady.
Well, how about
You can't schmooze me, so stop it.
Well, I can.
Sorry, I didn't hear. To get the coupling wells, we had to do what?
He's getting to that part.
She needs some help. You haven't understood. She hasn't described it yet.
Oh, okay.
But Becca's bartering here. As she should. It's good. Well, how about this? I can provide you guys with the ability to go anywhere you want. I travel the world quite often, so I have quite a few teleportation circles set up in very many cities across the known world here.
My eyebrows raise.
I can also maybe provide you guys with a magic item or two. As you've probably seen in town, magic items proliferate here. This is one of my great prides and joy here. I enjoy helping townsfolk.
Each or as a party?
Well, I can't give too many away for this task here.
It would be like for the party to use.
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
I don't know.
And with this ability to travel, I know that having access to such circles is very, very useful indeed. Now, would this be something that each of us could use, or would we need to have some sort of training to be able to use such?
This, unfortunately, it'd be neither. I take you in a circle, and I basically have you guys teleport with me to what your wanted location.
Okay, so
It's a one-time thing.
would we be able to access this? Should any of us at any point in time become proficient with teleportation circles? Would it be something that we might be able to commandeer or be able to use in the future, with your permission, of course?
That's to be remain determined. Currently, the magic circles are keyed to me, and for a specific reason. I don't need other random people coming in and out of the circle that possibly
absolutely.
attacking. So they're currently keyed to me, but we could possibly work them out here with enough training and understanding.
So, you said you traveled the world and everything. Do you possibly have world maps or anything that you could throw in on this deal?
In fact, I do. I have many for my travels of various different cities. They've been meticulously cared for.
I'm looking for one in particular. Does the port of Niranzaru sound familiar?
Niranzaru. Are you talking about in the continent of Cholt?
Yes, that would be the one.
Now, I'm familiar with the location, but alas, I have never been there. It is unfortunately a bit outside my normal travel range I go to.
Okay. Do you have any maps or anything about that, or is that not something you would have?
Your webcam disappeared, Bonefish. I'm assuming that you're...
Just for you.
Just for me? Refresh! Did he reply? I didn't hear.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, 1 sec here.
Okay, just making sure I'm not, like, totally cutting out. More than I usually do.
Sorry, I'm looking up a different map.
It's okay. Splendiferous.
Maps, it seems. No, it doesn't. Yeah, now I gotta Google this. I'm looking for a specific piece of it. 1 second.
The tower, the mage tower is the big pentagon at the bottom right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like that most of the way.
I can't wait. Is the magic word when we use those teleportation circles Bamf? Can it be? Because that's the comic book word for when Nightcrawler disappears and goes other places. Bamf!
Okay.
I want to be like Nightcrawler. I've got a tail and everything.
So she's thinking about the closest I've ever been to Cholt would have to be Kalimport. which is far, far to the south in the desert, the Kalimshan Desert. It's a port town there, though, so they may have ships that can get you there as you need.
And I turned to him, my dear friend, but what exactly do you need in Chult?
That's where the key
Oh, you are right, my dear
It's
friend.
a 5-day travel from the port of the New Anzaru.
Indeed. Good thinking.
I'm glad you are so
Yes. Now, I'll put this in my notes. I pull out a thing and I write it down.
I know you have your pellets and all your
I have gotten rid of those.
spells you want to learn.
Don't worry.
We are on a mission here. Ordix.
A mission, you say? What sort of mission? It has been a good while since I've been adventuring.
This one is of particular importance.
Close to us. I think we should talk about what mission did you say you had for us? You had something that you wanted us to do?
Right, dear so. There's a small book I lost a while back ago.
What's this lady's name again?
And I was seeing if you could retrieve it for me.
Lovegood?
It's unfortunately down below in the dungeon depths. And you know, she turns towards you. And
oh, Fidelia.
Blank wall, or what was previously a blank wall when you guys first walked in, is a metal door here. A solid metal door with a little handle on the side that you can pull out and pull the door open. It's down the depths. I lost it some time ago. If you could retrieve it for me, I most appreciate it. Read it again.
So, is there anything down there that we should be aware of?
Yeah, why do you need us to
Yeah,
do
why us? That's the question.
Go ahead and do an insight check. Whoever wants to check.
Insight check.
You're asking this. Go ahead and do one.
Terrible. Oh, good. Thank you, Stella.
All right, so she smiles slightly. Well, there's no real danger down there, but
What's the big danger then?
you guys will just have to find that out for yourself. Now, was the agreement? Would you guys like to go retrieve this item?
And now it's simply retrieve, correct? Is there any... Yeah, it's simply to retrieve this item, correct? There's no curses. I'm not going to grow warts on my tail or anything.
That's yet to be determined now, isn't it? And so you guys can retrieve this for me. I'll give you the magical ink wells, and then your option of either magical items or the ability to travel somewhere.
Man, guys,
I got a perception check.
Okay, go ahead.
Can we speak privately?
Yeah, so she certainly. Let me know when you're ready here. Rap the door 3 times as she points to the wooden door behind you. As she goes up the stairs and disappears from sight.
Okay, I want to...
Stella. So Stella, you've been watching her face very carefully, and from what you can tell, she's been truthful about her answer, mostly truthful. From what you can tell, there's something piece of missing information, but she's been mostly truthful in her answers.
She's telling us the truth, but she's not telling us everything.
I like to turn her.
I don't know if that's a good idea, Mrs. Stella. If she is a powerful magic user, she could counter charm. She could keep you away. And remind me...
Charming you.
Oh.
With you.
Oh, well, I'm... What race is she?
She's human.
Okay, so she's human? Okay.
Yep, female.
She's already gone.
Right. Well, talking about it, I don't know. It seems to me that I'd very much like magic items, but travel would be very useful, especially getting to Chult.
We really need to travel, but this seems awfully like the perfect thing for us for just something as simple as go retrieve a book.
Indeed.
And it's just down in a dungeon.
And there's very large. I mean, teleportation circles are nothing to be take a stick at. That's a very large thing, you know. But personally, I think the items would be of more interest because, you know, should we procure something such as this wondrous bag you've been telling me about over at late Miss Kane's,
Right.
or some of these other ones, she seems to know her craft.
Yeah, but if you remember her telling us, I mean, she was talking about Cholt like it was the other end of the world.
Indeed.
It's not something that
Maybe we should go.
As you're saying this, Ephraim, on another one of the blank walls, you see a map of Faerun, which is the land you guys are in. Faerun appear on the wall there, and you see a little bright twinkling area that marks Freywater. And then additionally on this map, you see at the pretty much the bottom left corner of the map another sparkling little area here that says Kalasham.
It just appeared? Like she's listening to us?
Yep. Like the walls are listening to us.
I want to walk up to it and be like, show me the spine of the world.
So you say this, and the map it's a little bit here, and the sparkles start illuminating to the north of you.
Gasp! So this is an enchanted map.
Would you ask?
I asked it where the spine of the world was, which was so basically it was like you tell it. It seems that this map is something that you can just tell what you want, and it will show you. Interesting, very intriguing. I want to kind of. Can I see if there's arcana on it to see if it's like an enchantment or if this is some other funky thing going on?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm questioning whether she's messing with us or not. 15.
Right, so you can definitely tell this is a magical map.
Okay. Yes, this is a magical map. Oh, very nice. I don't. Well, we might be able to ask her, but I wouldn't advise taking from a powerful mage such as she.
So does anyone have a map that kind of looks like it? That we can just maybe just swap it out. Maybe she'll never even notice it's
Does somebody have a kind of looking like magical map that we can swap out?
my dear cleric. I thought you have the lawful good type.
You got some paper?
I do, but not of this, because it's big, right?
Yeah, but can you take down some sketches?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a bundle of paper and some just crude stuff that I can scribble down.
Can we ask this map about Cholt?
So you say Cholt,
the place that all that.
Go ahead. Fish thought. What?
Oh, I was saying like what was that town that
The port of blah blah blah.
Well, that port, and then the other port that she said she could teleport us to.
Kalampur.
Yeah, Kalampur. So
the map again starts sparkling, and then so in the Kalamshan desert there, the bottom left where the initial spark was, the sparkle gets smaller, and you see a tiny glimmering there along an inland waterway area, basically a large inland sea. And at the edge of it, you can read on it there, Kalampur, and then the port gosh, I forgot this name. Naransu. You see it sparkling across directly, basically to the west on a large island west of Kalamshan.
Okay.
This island is easily larger than the area of Kalamshan in the desert.
I want to take down notes, and since I'm a sage, I assume
that we can see cities and stuff like that, or is it just kind of like a?
It's just dotted.
Okay.
So the dots.
Are there roads and stuff like that, paths or anything on there as well, or just like dots of cities?
For down there, no. There are major roadways shown on the upper areas of the map here, basically along the Sea of Swords, which is west of you guys.
Okay, but not where we are. Okay, so Oryx, just make sure
absolutely.
Get down as much as you can, so we We can reference it.
Since I'm a sage, I assume transcribing something like this shouldn't be an issue, right? Bonefish, as far as like getting generic landmarks and places.
Nope, you easily are able to copy
Okay.
it down.
So I copy it down, and I want to look at it and say, "Show me where I am."
So the map itself, the magical map, again starts sparkling on the town of Freywater.
Okay. Show me where Alaria Fey Wing. Hold on. Show me where Gundren Rockseeker is. I'm curious.
So the map doesn't make any response.
Okay. Who do we know that's living? I ask the others.
For what?
I want to see if it can scry.
If it can like find somebody?
Yeah.
Ask what the sorceress is.
Where is
What's her bucket?
Fidelia Bloodgood?
So once again, the map doesn't respond.
Rats. Okay, never mind. So I've got a map here. I put it. I guess we could put it somewhere safe. So what do we want to do? Do we want to do this? I would very much like that. It would help me in my
I think we should,
scrying very much.
Do it for the travel. I think we should.
The travel. Oh, but I would love that bag. But yes, I wonder if she can allow us to make that choice at the end, so we can see what the item she has to procure. Because if it's an item of teleportation, then we can use it multiple times.
Fair enough, but I think if we do this, it probably should be for the travel, unless you guys want to
Fair
find
enough.
another way down there.
Fair enough. So at this point, I'm fine. I've conceded to how we want to.
The map is the wall. Sneaky.
It's an item on the wall.
Oh,
it
is
just
an
magically
item?
appeared here. It could be removed. It's possible. Go ahead and do a strength check for me.
Or are you gonna do it now? Don't do it now. Do it on the way out.
Says the lawful good cleric.
I want to go to the map and just take it off the wall and see if there's anything behind it and see if I can figure out this magic.
Okay, go ahead and do a strength check for me, Becca, then.
You're gonna drop it, and then we're gonna end up in jail.
Yeah.
She's gonna walk in. We're all like hoisting her map off the wall.
It's just a map.
Freak! I am stepping away. I am walking away from the wall because I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm walking away. I'm going in other side of the room.
Expecting the worst from me.
Other side of the room.
Just looking at the map.
She's gonna get turned into a frog.
Now, Rurik and Estella, you guys go up to the map, and you both get on one side of it. You know, you go corner to corner, corner to corner there. And you both, 1, 2, 3, try and pull at the same time. And as you pull, the rock behind the map all of a sudden starts coming loose here. As in, like, the map is glued to this chunk of rock here. And you guys pull out this rock here. And it's, it's a stone from the tower here. And there's a loud boom, because you guys weren't expecting all this weight to come sliding out. Boom, and crashing. And you look down. And this rock here, the map has disappeared from it, and you got this rock with dust everywhere in the room, and then all of a sudden you guys hear from the top stairs, "Well, dears, what have you been doing?"
Sorry, curiosity got the better of me. I wanted to see how this map on the wall works.
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
I'm staying out of this one.
As you should.
I'm just saying, I didn't do it. I didn't touch it.
Oh no!
My dear lady,
It's okay.
these imbeciles.
She looks at you, narrows her eyes. Right. You want to see how it worked, huh? I see now. Now you've learned how my tower protects me and my friends.
We'll put it back. Don't worry.
I would expect nothing less.
My dear lady,
Other people?
is there any when we get to the end of this excursion, do we have to choose now or later for the agreed upon bargain?
Maybe I don't need help.
If you're agreeing to this, you can choose later. I would gladly
Okay.
allow it.
When I look around everyone and I say, then I believe, not speaking for the group but for myself, I accept.
Oh, you do. Thank you. Rock dude.
I'd help you, but then we'd end up dropping it again and getting thrown in jail or something.
Okay.
Breaking it.
Yep. So you guys easily get that rock.
My.
I say to the dungeon. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
On another adventure.
She says, "All right then," and she taps the door and it swings open to her touch here, and
So
she
we're not gonna wait one night.
Should you want to go?
He wants to rob the store.
Oh, I is it not nighttime yet? It's like 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Right.
We can do this quick dungeon.
Sure.
Be out before night. Be out before nightfall. Well, or like 1 or 2 in the morning, like perfect time for burglary, right?
Well, maybe we say, okay, Sneaky, if you wanted to go, what is it called?
Procure?
No, when you go and scout an area, something like
Stakeout?
that.
Stakeout.
Yeah. Go investigate.
Case the place. If you want to go case the place.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? There you go.
We're going. I don't know. Sneaky, you coming with us?
Yeah, somebody needs to take all the friendly fire damage, so I need to go.
All right. So
Boom!
So there's enough room in the hallway.
Maybe you should. It can be dangerous in little places.
Yeah. So I want to know what's the marching order, real quick. Who's going first and whatnot?
Flint. I defer to
Flint,
Flint.
how much health you got?
We're all full health.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
What's your max? What
Numbers.
That's an odd thing to ask someone.
You should send somebody down there to snake.
Well, I was wondering what your health armor class is. I was just wondering. Curious.
Armor class is 18. My health is 42 hit points.
Holy crap!
No.
He's a tank, he's a tank, he's a tank.
I got 33.
He's a
I mean,
He survived 40 freaking zombies
well,
trying
yeah,
to eat him from behind.
He probably definitely should for.
I think it'd be okay.
Sneak down.
5 healing potions.
Yes.
We need to sneak down and look for traps.
Yeah, do we? Yeah. Sneaky, you want to go sneak and.
That's fine. I need to know
check
who's
everything
going
out.
first, though. I need to know who's going first down the.
I'll go down first, and
Sneaky's
then
going real quick.
Sneaky's
and
doing a
send,
sneakiness.
The giant dwarf after me.
I'm gonna go middle marching order. I'll take the mid guard.
Oh, really?
Alright, I'll take the rear.
I'm in between those two.
Since it's
I
gonna
would like to
happen.
be in front of Oryx and be a little more stealthy than.
It's amenable.
Okay. All right. So that's your marching order. All right. So you guys enter this hallway here. That she led to from the door, and you hear behind you a slamming shut of a door, like boom.
It's a trap.
And Ephraim, since you're at the end of the line, you turn around and at the point you turned around here, it's a stone wall. There's no door at the end of the hallway you guys were just in. You guys just entered here. So you guys see
Curious.
in front of you here a staircase that slowly spirals counterclockwise. And it's lit by torches every 10-15 feet or so on either side, so it's enough light to see just fine in there. And so while you guys are going, you guys go down the stairs for about 5-10 minutes here. It's a lot of stairs, but it's not, they're not like very deep stairs. You're not descending very fast. They're just pretty casual. They're like those stairs that are pain in the butt to walk on because they're like super long and got the shallow drops every little bit. So you guys are going down here, and you guys come upon a door. This is a wooden door, and it's a solid wooden door here with a normal knob on it.
Curious.
And Joe,
I
you're
want to examine the door for traps.
All right. So you're checking the door, expertly going over all the cracks, nooks, and nannies. Yeah, something like that. And you're not finding anything. From what you can tell, there's no traps on
The giant.
this. You guys are gonna switch positions then.
I'm gonna step to one side, to behind the door, so that when he opens it, I'm
Okay.
behind the door.
Okay. So Flint, are you good with that? You
Yep.
good? Okay. So Flint, he gingerly opens the door here, and it creaks out. And so the door opens and nothing happens when the door opens here. So Sneaky and Flint, you guys are you can see into this room. The other guys are a little bit of a bend, so you can barely see some of the room. On the very center of the room, you guys see it's just a metal lever. You guys see that just sticking up in the floor, facing away from you. And then to the left of the room, or in the left side of the room, you guys see a small gurgling fountain.
Curious. And we don't see, at this point, we're not at the point where she had described where we're trying to find her item. As far as we can tell.
Yeah, correct. You can't tell.
Okay.
And sorry, at the far end of the room, you see a large metal door.
So there's a fountain, a switch, and a large metal door.
Yep, at the very end of the room.
And the fountain is gurgling.
Yep.
I want to get my investigation on too.
So, Becca, you're far enough back that you can't see much of the room.
The only person in the room is Sneaky.
No one's in the room yet. Everybody's in front of the door yet. No one's yet. Flint and Sneaky are basically
go ahead and,
Sneaky,
as
is
long
it
as I don't
safe?
see any traps in the doorway, I'm gonna go and step into the doorway.
Okay.
And skirt the perimeter of the room.
Okay, so Sneaky, immediately as you enter this room, the door magically shuts close here. It just boom, before anyone has a chance to react, it shuts close here. And you can hear voices from the other side. From what you can tell, it's actually a pretty thin door. From what you can tell, voices are coming through pretty clearly here. And you're inside the room here, and all of a sudden you start hearing a countdown.
Turn on the Xbox, and then Netflix is on there.
30, 29, 28,
Okay.
27.
Okay, I go
That's
over
okay.
and investigate the
I'll come look at it.
and the pond.
Okay.
Right, so we'll start with the pond, and so you look at the pond, and it's just a normal fountain with
That's all
clean
good.
water that's constantly flowing and draining in this little fountain.
Okay, keep an eye on it.
The lever itself is just a normal metal leather. What you can tell, it doesn't seem to be trapped or anything. And as you're investigating things, you hear the counter going down here. 15, 14,
I pull the lever.
13. So you pull the lever, and the counter resets. It goes back to 30 again here. You guys outside the door, you guys are hearing this counter go down here, and when it gets about to 11, you hear it start over again. And it starts over again at 30.
Can I check the door and see if I can open it?
Yeah. So you start wiggling the door handle, you're bracing against it. The door's not budging.
Nice knowing you, Sneaky.
28, 27.
When I flip the switch again, does it reset again?
It does. So you pull the lever again, it goes back to 30. And every time you pull it, you pull it away, and then a magical force forces it back to the reset position here, the default position. You can't stop it from going back. So you pull the lever, and then magic automatically puts it back to the original position. So counter restarts back at 30.
I examine the door and see if there's anything particular in connection with the door, the switch. I need more clues to figure out what I'm supposed to do here.
So you go to the other door here, and there's no door handles on it. There's nothing that you can find. It doesn't. There's nothing that you can see connecting the door and the handle, or the door and the lever, or the other. Well, you can tell that room's pretty much a smooth, solid wall for everything except the fountain. That's the only break in the wall there, and then the floor is a very smooth stone floor. So the counter's going down here. It's at 14, 13, 12, 11.
Go ahead and flip the switch again.
10. Okay. To count, the timer resets.
And from our side, can we bang on it and do anything?
Yeah. You guys can bang on it. He hears you banging on it, yelling.
So the door closed, right? He's in there by
The door
himself.
between you two is closed.
And it
Okay,
doesn't
what
budge?
else? We're just in a hallway and then the door, or are we in a room? Okay, so like
Hallway.
just behind us is the hallway up this, and then the stairway.
And it's a tight corridor?
Okay.
Enough where you guys can maybe
Two abreast?
slip past each other, but walking is very uncomfortable.
Where I'm at, I want to look around and see if I find any switches or anything.
All right, go ahead and do an investigation check. All right, so you're not finding anything in the area there. No switches, nothing that looks abnormal. The stone here, just like in the room, though you guys can't really tell this from right now, is very smooth, and it looks like it's been very finely worked. Like the stairs are smooth, and walls are smooth, and even the ceiling is very smooth. It's almost like this area was crafted by magic. So Ephraim, are you trying to do it?
Is it like with a pool on the floor with the thing looking into it, or what does the fountain look like?
Yeah. So it looks like a half circle, where the half circle stone goes up to the wall, basically. In the very bottom center, it's kind of like a little drain to it, and the water's slowly flowing out a hole in the side of the wall. From pulling the switch, or if what you can tell, it hasn't changed any status with the water. It's just slowly gurgling down through.
I'll call out to him. Are you okay in there?
Yeah, can I use detect magic?
Yeah, so you use detect magic. From what you can tell, being in the mage's tower, there's definitely a lot of magic. You can see a heavy magic sword way above you here. It very much detects in front of you. And then the door in front of you, you can sense is magical.
Okay, it says I learn at School of Magic.
Gosh, I don't even know the schools of magic.
Is that conjuration?
I think it's more of enchantment.
Enchantment.
Okay. I think this would be a chat. It'd be enchantment. I want to
enchantment. Enchantment. Anybody
Magic
play?
So Sneaky, back in the room. The timer's going down again. You know, it's at the 10-second mark. 10, 9, 8. Okay, the timer resets here.
What do you see in there? What is going on?
It's just a switch, a door, and a fountain. And if
Switch.
I pull the switch,
I'm putting some gold in the fountain.
Yeah.
I don't have any gold.
Slide you some under the door.
Slip me a gold coin under the door.
Pretty sure you stole a bunch of gold from me, so.
You have no gold, seriously?
I gave it all to the luck shrine.
Okay, well, I slide gold under the door.
Well, look where it got you.
Sliding down there.
Huh?
How much are you sliding under?
I'm giving him one piece of gold.
I take one piece of gold and I go and I run and I throw it in the fountain and then I run over to the switch again.
All right, so the timer is like 6, 5, 4, and it's about the time you throw the golden fountain, you pull the switch again, and nothing happens. The timer resets, so it starts counting down from the 30, 29, 28, 27.
So it went up.
26.
It's like a coin up.
24.
No.
23.
What 30 was 30 the original?
I'm just gonna.
21.
Wait, he said it went to 31.
18.
No, he went to 30. Okay,
16,
throw the switch again. See if you can just keep throwing it continuously. See what happens.
13,
There's another door.
Switch again.
13, 12.
Yes, but I can't open it.
You did what?
I pulled the switch.
Okay, so resets the timer again, starts counting down.
I want to do investigation on our side again.
All right, yeah, go ahead. How about the whole group on that side make an investigation check here?
Is it investigation or Arcana because it's a magical?
You can do either one.
I'm gonna do Arcana. Boom, baby.
Me too. Not so good.
15. So
It's a
again,
door.
you guys are checking around. You're starting to panic a little. Anything of the sort that can clue you into how to get in this room. A magic you can detect. There's two. You detect magic everywhere. It's not helping you. It ain't finding anything. No keys. No way to budge the door. Nothing. So the timer's going down. You know, it's 7,
Door.
I accept my fate.
5.
I kneel down.
just
I pray to the
3,
god of
Just
luck.
do it. Yeah.
Two,
Pull the gold coin
1,
back out of the fountain.
0. So the timer hits 0, and all of a sudden both doors swing open, and that's it. The voice goes quiet.
Yeah. Good job. Way to go, Sneaky. What'd you do?
I fixed
No,
it.
nothing.
I fixed it.
I'm-
Absolutely fixed it. It's amazing. I figured it out. It was quite complicated. There was a balancing trick that I had to do with the switch, the fountain, and the coin.
I want to do I want an insight on him.
Can you show us? Can you show us what it looked like?
Nikki, do a deception check.
Ah, no.
I know what I missed it. I feel
Wow,
like
that was really
again,
impressive.
We will all be trapped in here for all eternity, listening
Wow.
to the counter count in negative entities. So at this point,
Sneaky, I'm proud of you. That was very impressive. Very impressive.
So he's lying to you guys' face. He doesn't even have a clue what's going on here. He just knows. He just let it sit, and then all of a sudden, and by going to 0, the doors just opened all of a sudden. He's not entirely sure what he
I
did.
wanted to perception check the room to
Okay.
see.
So you guys start looking around the room, and you don't find anything different than him. You see the 2 closed doors. Like, you guys entered this, and nothing happened. The same thing did not happen again. So 2 closed doors. Sorry, 2 open doors now. You know, smooth stone walls. You see the lever in the center, and the gurgling fountain on the side there. We can get a nice, refreshing drink of water. After this, and you guys, you guys are in the room playing with the lever, pulling it, and nothing's happening.
I want to take one of the empty bottles that we used earlier for our 4 potions of healing, for which I have 3 containers, and I want to fill 2 of them with the water.
Okay. So you fill them up with nice, clear, sparkling water.
So when we came down the stairs,
Uh-huh.
the door was the only option. Like, it was the dead end. There wasn't like any other pathways we could go, right?
That is correct. This was the only way you can go, because behind you was the stone wall where the entrance door was, and then nothing but smooth walls the entire way.
Okay, I'm gonna go back towards the stairs, and I'm gonna shut the door again.
Okay. So you go back, you shut the door, and you know, nothing happens here. The other stays open, and
I want
nothing can happen.
I want to approach Rurik and ask him if he can. Pardon me, Rurik. I know you're a man of the cloth, and you wouldn't do anything, you know, to agitate your god. But would you mind trying to bless this water? I'm curious. You have that ability.
So Ephraim, go ahead and do a religion check.
I wasn't sure if it was like a skill or something.
I think he's a brewer, anyways. Let's see if he can cut this. All right, so Ephraim, you take
A
little
religion of
water,
0.
and you know, you clasp your hands together, you know, and a little glowing energy comes out, and a little glowing energy comes out, and you see a little white glow from the vials. And so you've successfully blessed this water here, right? And now he has a couple vials of holy on him.
Okay, so it worked then. Okay, I just wanted to see if there was like there's something necrotic about it. But that works.
What happened to our cook friend? I forgot.
Oh, it's a great question. What did happen?
We had her wait for us at the inn.
Yes, she you guys came to town, and after finding out about the inn, she decided to wait there and meet you guys there.
She's taking some time, duh.
so as I step to the other side of this door that
Uh-huh.
was locked before, I say, "Hey Stella, you should try pulling the switch and see what happens."
Okay.
So you pull the switch while he's on the other side of the door, and nothing happens.
I think the switch is faulty.
All right, let's continue on down the path.
Question.
What's through the doorway? Just another hallway, or what?
From what you guys can tell, yes, another lit, smooth hallway that goes down some more stairs.
Do I know? Can I make a intelligence check towards the stonework and everything down here?
Go ahead and Yeah. You should get. Would that be an intelligence check?
Talking to the dog.
I was like, are you talking to me?
So proficient, add double your proficiency
The dog.
bonus to your check.
What I'm talking.
Sucked.
Yeah. We'll just do
Whatever.
it. So, go ahead and do it with advantage then, or no, it's your proficiency bonus. Okay, so it would have been 6 plus 8. So whatever, it's fine. So you're looking at this wall, and you can tell this is not handmade. This has definitely been carved by some magical means. It's way too smooth and well rounded and crafted and supported with this kind of architecture to have been made by dwarven hands, no matter how skilled.
Okay.
Better than woven work.
What? Must be elven. Or tiefling.
Created by the gods.
Tieflingish.
All right. What would you guys like to do now? You want to go continue on or sit for a
Go
while?
down the corridor and investigate as we go along, looking for traps.
Okay.
Yep, same
So-
marching order.
Is that much?
Bad,
Same marching order, or
dice
you-
roll.
Great question.
I'm already in the doorway walking down the hallway.
Okay. So-
Go on.
You're not finding any traps along the way. Raise to your system. Be any. There may not be any traps here. So you come down and you come to another door. This is another wooden door here that's sitting open this time, and you can see in this room, you see a room about 40 feet long and about 10-15 feet wide, and then it kind of tapers at the end, and from what you can tell, there's maybe another room down the end there, and then on the left wall you see a strange circle. Like it's got like a stone carved circle piece that looks like it's indented in the wall there.
Okay.
It's part of the wall, but it looks like it definitely sticks out from what you can see. And there's nothing else that you can see immediately.
Are the rest of us near enough to see it?
Yes, the rest of you guys are right behind them. You can see into the well, and it's empty except for the features on the wall I described.
Okay. I want to approach it, but I don't want to approach it directly in the center. I want to kind of approach it at an angle from the side.
Okay.
And I want to see if I can detect anything odd about it, like as are magically different.
1 sec. Sneaky just. Oh, there it is. Okay. They wanted to start scrapping down.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. So you start approaching it from an angle. It's like flat against the wall. You're approaching it from an angle left here, and from what you can tell, you can't. There's too much magic in this area here in total that you can't make out any difference between the magic there around you and this particular. But you're approaching this, and you see 5 holes. You know, they're spaced enough, like in a
Camera's got your
pentagon,
forehead.
pattern where
You can't.
like it looks
It's your
like you could
forehead.
stick your fingers in, and they would fit. And
There you go.
additionally, they sit in the very center of this, like carving out of stone here. It looks like you know, like kind of Skyrim, where you put those key claws in it and it unlocks the door.
Mhm.
I think it looks kind of like that, where there's holes where you could do that.
Okay. And how large is the hole?
Each hole is, slightly bigger than a large person's fingers. So most of you guys could all fit your fingers quite easily.
Okay.
And it's sitting about 4 feet up off the ground. You're chest high to some of you, head height to the smaller one.
Is there anything else in the room other than this?
You don't see anything else in this room. There's additional hallway further down at the end of the 40 feet of the room that you're currently in there. You can see something down there.
I'm gonna pull out the goblin fingers I got back in the day.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna poke those in the holes and try and see if it twists or moves or anything. I just don't want to lose my fingers.
How many fingers do you have?
I had a full set of goblin fingers, one hand.
You got 5. Okay. So you stuff the fingers in there, and do you rotate it or anything?
Yeah, I want to like see if there's any rotation to it, or like if it goes up and down or pushes in or out. But I want to use the fingers of the goblin, not my own fingers.
All right, so Preston, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh snap! Oh
Got
snap!
it.
Preston's gonna lose his fingers.
Okay, so as you're doing this, as you're trying to rotate, you start rotating it slightly, and all of a sudden, a loud, and all of a sudden, blood and guts or whatever's remaining of those fingers just gushes outside those holes.
Oh, I knew it!
You definitely dodge aside from it.
I knew it! I knew it!
You know, there's a little bit of blood, gore, spattering on the floor there.
Can I pull out the remains of the fingers? They're gonna make a cool necklace. They're my keepsake.
Yeah.
Oh.
You start pulling out what scraps remain, and like it's mostly just the
Knuckles
and some bone dust.
I'm mostly just
there,
the knuckles.
pretty good.
All right, well I'll take the bone dust then. I'm gonna put it in my pouch. I'm gonna make a necklace later. It's supposed to be like my first kill.
Oh,
you know, people keep antlers. I can keep goblin fingers. Come on.
Okay.
So I'll keep the bone meal in my bag. All right, who wants to try next? We all look at it this way. We all get 2 tries.
I want to see if I can use investigation and my thieving skills and toolkit to see if I can bypass the lock.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your sleight of hand with your it should give you.
They liked my bag of holding.
Okay.
At the D&D group. I was like,
So
my socks
you're
came in them.
all around this device here, you know, like
It's a good bag.
cracks,
Well crafted.
really gently, trying to figure out if there's some mechanism you can manipulate here. You know, you pull out your tools, try
When you
and
bring me
dig
a
them
piece of
into
pizza.
the holes there, the now
Why don't you
gory
bring me a piece of
filled
pizza?
holes. And
About
you're
you a
just
piece
not
of
finding
pizza?
anything
Got me 2
that you
pieces.
can
So now I'm
find,
twice as indebted.
that can activate this. From what you can
I'll bring
tell
you some next
from
time you're
looking
done.
at it, though, there's
Yeah,
just
alright.
5 holes there. At the end, there's a slight darker area here, which you believe whatever it was that did that to the fingers is beyond that point here. But there's nothing, no mechanism you can seem to manipulate.
So glad I didn't use my own fingers.
Right?
I'm just sitting in the corner, just like, oh.
So,
All
if
5.
there's nothing else in this room, maybe we should go down the hallway and see if there's a key that we can come back to this door for.
Agreed.
I want to go back to the fountain. You guys can go ahead if you want.
Okay. So so Becca, you tread back up about 10 minutes back towards the fountain room. You come there, you know, nothing's changed in there. It's gurgling fountain still.
Does it have like a thing on the top of the fountain, like some kind of fixture on the top?
It's literally just like a hole in the wall that the water's just coming out of.
Oh, it's not like in the middle of the room.
No, it's against the side wall there with the little fountain, you know, half circle fountain against the wall there and a drain.
I wonder, like, is there like a bowl that it's going into?
It's draining into a stone fountain basically.
Basin.
Whatever you call a fountain pool. It's just that, and then there's a drainage hole at the bottom of that fountain.
You should stick your head in it.
Okay, and can I see like is it taller than me? Do I have to like stick my hand in it, or is it where it can see into it and I could like look into the bowl, see if there's anything in there?
So both holes, the hole that the water's coming from is about you know, three fingers in thickness, so you can like maybe fit 3 fingers in at max. The hole at the draining is about 2 or 3 fingers in thickness there that's draining out. You can stick your fingers in there if you want. You're welcome to.
Alright, I'm good. I'll head back to where it makes it.
You can stick your fingers in it. See what
Alright,
happens.
so-
Chunk.
While you're doing that, the others have gone down the hallway a little bit, so you guys get past this tapered end of the far end of the room here, and you come upon another room that's connected to this one that curves off to the left here. So the room's kind of in an L shape here. You're at the long end of the L, and you guys just went into the short this corner. And sitting in the middle of this room on a pedestal is a steel crown with 5 points on it. So it's a little crown and it's got 5 pointy ends.
Okay. I want to suggest to the group perhaps we could use. Yeah, now, what's the form of the points? Is it the same? Would they fit in the holes from what we could see?
So you guys taking a look at it, you guys think it would fit the holes here?
Possibly.
It's the right, variance between the different spikes there, and
I grab it and I run down the hall.
All right.
Quick, make sure
I
try to run all the way out.
look around the room.
Door's stoned.
Yeah, I want to look around the room and make sure there's no like
Yeah, it's stoned.
no
There's
boulder.
I'm gonna grab it and run down the hall.
There's no pressure plate underneath it that falls.
Yep. So he grabs it, and he starts running. You guys are looking, dashes past you, and you're staying still for a set, and nothing happens.
All right. Looks like we just got our key.
I go back to the door.
It looked like a crown. Looked like a crown to me.
Okay. So you come up to the little holes in the wall there.
Yep, I stick the crown in the holes in the wall and I turn them.
All right, so you stick it in, and you hear a thunking behind there, but the thunking doesn't seem to do anything here, and you successfully turn the crown, and you hear, you hear a loud clunk, and at the far end of the room where the other guys are, that short end of the L there, the door opens. There, that wooden door there opens. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Beyond where the crown pedestal was, there was a wooden door there.
Okay.
And that door opens for you guys.
Sneaky. I mean, Captain Nomiad. I believe that. Oh wait, do we know? No, we know him as Steve.
We know him as Timmy.
Timmy, something's happening over here. Are you doing something?
No, I didn't do anything at all. Put the crown on my head and I return to the rest of the group.
Curious.
All right, so you pull the crown out of the holes here, and you can definitely see there's a bunch of marking on the pointed ends of it, the spikes on the crown here, but none of the metal was crushed or anything like that, so it's definitely a sturdy crown.
And the door stays open still?
Yep.
Okay, tally-ho.
Tally-ho! Onward. So, I guess we're keeping the same marching order?
Yep.
We can't sneaky behind.
I'm running.
Okay, well,
I'm running.
we'll wait for you. Sneaky.
Now, this hallway's a bit longer than the one you've been in previously. Takes you about 15 minutes till you reach the next door here. And again, you reach another door, and this time the door is made of a shinier metal. It looks like to be silver.
The last one was wood?
Yes.
Wood silver. Interesting.
Rolling.
And it's closed?
Yes.
And can someone do a perception?
That's the only thing that's in front of us is this closed door. Does it have a handle? No handle?
Sorry, yes, it does have a wooden knocker on it. So.
But no handle.
Right, correct. This knocker could be used to push the door open just fine.
Right.
I've always been told never to touch another wizard's knockers.
You start looking about the door, playing with the knocker and everything, and you don't find anything out of it again.
Do you hear me, Becca? I was always told never to. I was always told never to play with another wizard's knockers. And he says you're playing with the knocker.
He just sees wood or steel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This door is safer than the door to Grandma's house. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock.
All right, so you knock, and the door
Dang.
is open. A magical force opens the door, and inside you see a smaller room, about 10 by 10 room here. And sitting in the center, at the far end of the room, you see another silvery door that's closed. In the very center of the room, you see a clearish cube on another pedestal here, and from what this cube has a bunch of designs into it, and you know, little cut marks into it. Sort of looks like a Rubik's cube. And
cube.
See, inside this cube is another cube with similar patterns on it. It looks like it can be shifted around. And then in the center of this one, so the first cube's about like a 2 feet by 2 feet cube here. I'm not gonna do the math for you guys here, but each side's about 2 by 2. And then there's one inside it's a bit smaller looks like about 1 by 1, and then it shrinks again half that size is inside one of those ones is about half a foot by half a foot, and inside that one in the fourth layer there is another cube that's about 3 inches by 3 inches, and inside this one you can barely see because you know all this is semi-clear material, is a key inside of it.
Curious.
And
Flint, do you think you could break it open?
We see the key inside of the box, it said?
Yes.
Break what open?
You think you could break open the cube?
Wait.
Can we try
Before we
shifting?
try something like that, remember this is magical. Right?
Let's do an investigation.
Yeah. Let's not just be trying to bang it like apes.
Whoa. First knockers, now you're banging stuff. Slow down. This is a PG show.
Come on. 2 many rolls here, Sneaky. You're killing me here, huh? Yeah, so you guys go ahead and everyone do an investigation check then. I got 3 numbers, 2 numbers. Investigation, press investigation.
I thought I was investigating because I was looking for magic.
Nope.
Oh.
Do an investigation on this one.
Alright. Investigation.
Okay.
Same roll.
I think that's it. Investigation. Okay, you guys are rolling fantastic. So you guys are checking out this, looking at it, and you see there's a clear pattern to the squares on this box here. So it looks literally like what you guys know, cube. Instead of colors, there's a symbol on these 9 blocks etched into each, each side of the cube. So each side of the cube has 9 unique squares in it and whatnot. And then again on the inner cube does the same thing, just a different pattern and it's repeat.
The sides
But it's all 9. All right, guys. Let's do Rubik's cube.
9 cubes, okay.
You guys know how? I mean,
Can if I may, and I want to try and use my mage hand cantrip, and do it with my mage hand rather than our physical hands because I don't want to lose any fingers.
fair enough.
Yeah, so you cast your mage hand, and so what are you doing with it?
With the mage hand, I am going to not pick up the cube, but I want to see if the axes rotate, or basically seeing if it works like Rubik's to try to see where the pivot points are.
So your hand comes up, so easiest place you to start when you can test this is from the top, and your hand rotates it, and the cube. The top layer of the cube rotates, just like it would
freely. Okay.
And so you see the pattern shift around to where you rotate.
Okay, and nothing, no blades, no crazy stuff going on?
Nothing.
Okay, how much do you suppose it weighs? Because that mage can, I think, is limited to 10 pounds.
Less than 10 pounds.
Okay, less than 10 pounds. Okay, I want to pick it up, and I want to try and turn it.
Going,
I can only have one at a time. So I want to pick it up.
This is the biggest cube is a 2 foot by 2 foot on each side. So it's fairly large cube here that you probably can't do.
Well, what I want to do is not like pick it up, but like turn it on its side and try and twist the other way too. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so you roll the cube over and it makes a clinking sound on top of the pedestal here as you roll it over. And you rotate that side.
Okay, and so I look to the others and I say, okay, I'm not quite sure what the puzzle, what we are to do with it, but it seems that we need to get the key out of here. Do you guys have any ideas?
So we try to
match.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and try and match the sides as they indicated using that mage hand? Basically, just rolling it over and turning it, and then rolling it over, just using that one roll mage hand.
And an hour and 45 minutes later.
Right.
All right, so yeah, an hour and 45 minutes later, because it's quite hard to do one hand. If you were able to, if you were using two hands, it might have gone faster. You determined, but you finally get, and you hear a clunking sound coming from the cube, like a clunk, and halfway through the top third of the cube, like kind of pops up, where it looks like you can take it off, basically. Take off the lid.
Right.
Timmy, be my guest.
I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. I grabbed the key.
Grab it.
Grab it.
No,
Well,
so
it's another box.
Yeah, there's three more Rubik's cubes inside of this.
I grabbed the box real quick and I start solving this one. I try to.
What are you guys doing with the lid?
The lid? So the lid pops off it?
Yeah, so like the top row of
Preston's mage hand is holding it.
I'll pull it up. Yeah, I'll lift it up.
Okay. Here, I lost some data here. So,
And I'm like 5-10 feet away from it right now.
So you're holding it up, no issue here. And Ethan's working on the other half of the next cube here. And it starts taking a while here, and issue.
I'm gonna set the lid down.
I'm gonna take a nap in the corner.
Do a short rest.
Sorry, one sec. I lost some.
While Estella's sleeping, I'm going to rummage through her items.
Touch my stuff.
I didn't say rummage, just investigate.
Sorry, one sec. I had to copy some down before I forgot.
And nobody in the party is gonna say anything, really.
I didn't think he's actually doing it.
All right.
Well, if it's really happening.
Do a sleight of hand check, Sneaky, and Becca, do a perception check with disadvantage if you're napping. So Eve, dang, you would have won if it was disadvantage here.
Right.
All right. So Sneaky, you're able to start down her pockets while she's napping away there without without causing any alarm to her. Ephraim, while you're doing the cube here, and you know you've been working on this for about an hour now. Here, you guys are starting to get slowly better at this, and you get all the stuff finally lined up, and you hear another click, and the next lid pops off here.
Excelsior! Good work. Good work. Right now I'm focused on the
Take off
cube.
the
So.
lid and
What are you doing with the lid?
hand it to Preston.
Okay, Preston, you're holding this one directly then?
Nope. Mage hand. I'm not touching anything in this dungeon.
No. Okay, well then I am handing it to Flint. Because the mage hand is already holding the other lid.
No, I set it down.
Oh no.
The mage hand set the lid down.
How long does the mage hand last?
Let me check. I think it's constant. No, I don't think it's concentration. Let me check. It's duration for 1 minute, so I'd have to cast it again if we need it. That's why I set it down, because I didn't want it to like fall on somebody.
Okay.
All right, so you hand it over to the.
So if you hand it to me, I cast another mage hand and pick it up, and then go set that somewhere else. I don't want to touch them.
And so you set this smaller lid down, and it makes a clinking sound as it gets the floor in. So Ephraim, you start, and Ephraim, I'm guessing you set down the box you were working on. Pull out the next one. Okay. So you start working on the next one here. About another hour passes here. This one seems to be considerably tougher. You know, just arrangement of patterns and everything on it.
Did I find anything interesting in Stella's belongings?
You rummage through her belongings. What's interesting is whatever's in her inventory. I don't know in there, but I mean, there's various.
What could I accidentally alleviate from her inventory and add to my own?
And you guys in the other room, you know, you see him sitting there, you know, silently poking, prodding her backpack and whatever, going through her stuff, and you guys are focusing on the cube here. We'll deter that in a little bit here. We'll come back to that. You guys are stealing from your team. So
I'm not.
You're working this cube again. Again, this is taking you a little while here. And you once again get the clink open. So you now have the final box basically ready to be exposed and used. and with the key, you see the key inside that final box.
Okay. Are we getting any more dexterous as we're getting smaller?
It's making it a bit more manageable. So the small one's about the size of a normal, maybe Rubik's cube. It's much more manageable to churn.
Okay, so I'm just seeing if it's something that we're getting faster or just keeping the same pace.
Okay, I take the lid off and
I take the lid and set it down.
And take the key out.
So the key's inside one further box here, so you start working on
Oh,
that.
another box. Okay, I actually want to take that that box, that size box, and I want to. Can I keep that?
Sure. So the very small one, or the one just above it?
The one just above it. Like
Okay.
you said, it's about the size of a Rubik's cube, right?
The one above it's like 6 by 6 inches. The smallest one holding the key is about the size of a Rubik's cube.
Okay. No, I want the 6 by 6 inch one.
Okay.
And can I put the lid on and then like jumble it back up?
Yeah, you definitely can. No issue.
It's like a lockbox.
Put it in my pack.
Good idea.
How much do you think that weighs? Just in case we have something that needs to be.
So this cube probably weighs about 2 pounds here. It's very from now that you guys have started unlayering them, you can tell they're actually a pretty decently clear material. Just with etchings in them for the different.
So we start on the last one. Did we open the last one already?
You guys have not started on it yet, so you've been.
So let's get the last one started.
All right, so you start working on this last one here.
Am I getting like better at this? Like,
you
can I do
are,
this one in like 2 minutes now?
You know what,
Very
go
impressive.
roll a sleight of hand check. Let's see, because that's all Rubik's cube is these days, and just sleight of hand. There's no skill.
No.
Okay, so you're getting slightly better at this. This is still a new toy concept for you, and
later.
and this one takes you about 30 minutes, we'll say here, because you can easily rotate this one around here. And as you get finished locking it into place, all of a sudden you hear, you hear that expected click, but it's coming from the wrong side of the cube here. And the bottom side this time happens to click open, and the lid drops off, and the key falls out after it here.
I want to try and grab the key.
You're gonna use page hand hit.
I want to try and be like, because I'm at this point I'm watching him intently, and so I would expect I'm gonna try and reach up and grab it.
So go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, both of you trying to catch the key. And Becca, as a result of him rummaging through your pockets, he placed the metal crown inside your bag and took out the dust of disappearance.
Can I see if I saw him do anything?
I'm sorry, what, Ephraim?
Can I see if I saw Sneaky do that with that perception check?
You were focused on the cube. You were solid. All
What
right.
is Mr. Chunky doing?
Yes, Joe. What are you doing here while they're doing all this? Are you just watching them solve Rubik's cubes? Are you sleeping away too? Or...
I was probably not really watching what they were doing because I didn't really care.
Okay. Since you're just sitting about
just waiting for something to carve up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just need something to kill.
Right. So
I got the key, right? Did I get the key?
So you guys are watching this, and the lid, this lid to this last box hits the ground, and it shatters in what looks like shards of glass. And upon realizing this, you guys realize this cube was made of glass.
I knew it.
All the pieces were made of glass, and the key just clinks to the ground.
I knew it. We should have just smashed it.
And you pick it up.
I didn't know if there was any magic or anything. We should guess that's when you should have done detect magic, huh?
I'm gonna take that big cube and try and throw it.
So you haul up the cube.
Put it back. Put it back together.
Is that? Oh, that's a save. That'll be the same either way.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to throw the big cube out of
so
frustration.
You take the big cube. You haul it. 5-6 pounds, and you haul it against the nearest wall and it just explodes in glass right above Becca's head here.
Oh, Mrs. Stella, I didn't see you there. I apologize. Oh my gosh.
So she's got glass shards raining all over and everything, glittery and pretty and everything.
Do you think she noticed? Bless you.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, the left. She's not at this.
You rolled a 1 on that. Man.
That sucks.
Well, it wasn't disadvantage, was it?
No, no, disadvantage because she's sleeping.
I was still sleeping, so.
Oh.
She's a hard sleeper, so I'm gonna try and dust off.
Hurt me, but I just didn't
I want to dust it off and like try and get it off her, so that like in a non-weird creepy way, just like get it away from her. So it's like I don't want her to get cut or anything, and then I'm gonna walk away. It'd be like, you know, just like...
He doesn't want me to get cut because he doesn't want to get cut.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen the power within.
While he's doing that, I want to pickpocket him.
Well, just do a contestation then. So perception versus sleight of hand.
Passive or...
Put the item I got from Stella into his pocket.
Perception.
And I guess the rest of us aren't noticing this.
You guys are, you know, distracted all of a sudden by the glass shattering everywhere, and Sneaky's doing this while just shortly after you threw the glass. So Sneaky, you slipped a dust of disappearance into his pouch on his belt here.
Awesome, thank you.
So Preston, add dust of disappearance to your inventory. Becca should have it gone,
Got it.
but she should have the metal crown in her.
So now I have a giant metal crown instead of a little tiny bag of dust.
It's not giant. It's a normal sized crown. So you can wear it. But yeah. The vial of dust of disappearance is glass vial.
Hold on, it broke.
Alrighty.
All right, so you guys have this key that, you know, of course, at the end of the room here, the 10 by 10 room, there's another door here with a lock and handle in it. So.
I would like to take the key and try with the handle.
Okay. So you put the key into the keyhole and it clicks and the door swings open like normal. And down so at the other side of the door,
back into my pocket.
At the other side of the door, you see again a hall. But this hallway is a fairly short one. It's maybe from this door to the next door. It's maybe about 40 feet down here, but it's a 5 feet wide hallway, like one you guys have been traveling down, smooth and everything. Steps.
And there's another door.
Doors. Curse you, doors.
Doors.
Doors everywhere.
So this next door here. Okay, so you come up, start checking this door again, like all the others, looking for traps. And this door this door is a more bronze-colored door here, and it has a bronze handle on it, just a doorknob here. You don't see any any locking mechanisms or anything like that. No knocker.
Is there any form of like decoration on it, like any religious or is it just like a flat bronze door?
This is a smooth bronze door.
Okay.
Hey, you don't detect any traps or anything like that one. So
okay.
You have a feeling that this is the place that has traps. Well, mostly.
I have a feeling that this is the place that has traps.
Does not.
No traps. Okay. So we
No
just have to
capes.
figure out the mechanism to open up this door.
Okay. Flint, do you by chance have any your materials to work with stone? Correct.
I have hand mason tools. Yes.
May I borrow your hammer? Only for but a moment.
Describe this door. It just has a doorknob on it. Right?
No, I thought it was a flat door. No knob.
It has a flat doorknob on it.
Let me just turn the doorknob.
Okay, you turn the doorknob. Door opens.
Okay, door opens. Never mind.
Explain that before you guys went into that.
I was gonna say, because I'm like, it's a flat door. There's nothing on it. Okay, cool. Let's like try to tap on it. Let's try.
All right. So you guys open this door, and what's inside amazes you. You guys roll 20 right now. You guys are amazed by what you see inside. Inside the room, flying all about, you see a bunch of keys with wings flying everywhere.
Yeah.
What?
Something
What
like
is
that.
madness?
So this is a room, about a 40 by 40 room, with about 20-foot high ceiling here, and at the far end of the room, an elaborate designed door. I mean, it's a golden door. It's gilded and everything. Has all sorts of elaborate designs, whatnot into it.
I got this.
And you see a fairly larger than normal key-sized hole in it, and then of course a door handle.
Flint's got this one. I want to see
I was
if.
the ace of my Quidditch team.
I want.
And in this room, there's about 40 of these flying keys.
Do we see like the door? So you said it's larger than normal. Is there any other identifying marks on the door that I can see from this angle?
From how far away? No, you see patterns in the door, lines and everything.
I want to approach the door along the edge of the room, not straight through the room.
Okay, go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, that's not good. He knows my weakness.
All right, so you're sliding along the wall, fluttering past, and you're definitely dodging out of the way of them. You're not getting hit by any of them. They're not aggressive towards you or anything. They're just flying aimlessly around the room. They bump into a wall. They're like a screensaver. Go the other direction.
I want to look at the door, and I want to recant back to the team what I'm seeing.
I'm just going to start collecting keys as they fly by.
So you start yelling through the fluttering of keys, describing the door. And on the door itself, there's no actual discernible patterns or anything. It just looks like a very nice door.
Okay.
No words or anything. You describe
so like the keyhole shape and stuff.
Yeah, you described that back to him. And Sneaky, so you start grabbing keys out of the air. You get like 2 or 3 here that are wiggling intensely in your hand here. And that's about as many as you can carry at a moment here. They, but to be able to grab them, that's about as many as you can hold at any one time, just because they're fluttering wild at the moment.
Okay.
Are the wings detachable?
They can be.
Is there one that like has a bent wing on it?
No, this is not almost Harry Potter.
Just checking. You never know.
Great idea,
I'm going to join the thing. I'm going to try and catch some with my mage hand. At least just one, and I want to try it in the hole. Just one.
All right, so you catch one, and so you and Sneaky go to the hole, trying the 4 keys you've capped. And
is the door at foot level, or for some reason I'm imagining it higher up in the air?
No, it's a normal sized door.
Okay, so it's at that level.
It's a little bit larger than normal, but it's not huge or smaller.
Okay, so then just trying to. I don't have to use mage hand to reach up really high and do something.
Yeah, normal heights for a human.
Okay.
Sorry. So you guys try, attempt. Some of them, a couple of them go in, a couple of them don't, but none of them seem to turn the lock.
All the ones that don't work, I'm going to pull a wing off.
Okay.
So that they don't rejoin the flying ones.
So you cruelly pull off the wings of these.
I'm just going to throw it aside.
Keys here, and
I want to hand the 2 keys I have to him so that he can continue to commit his act of cruelty.
I don't want to go through this again.
I'm gonna go
System.
More and try again.
All right, so you guys start going through the keys here. You've gone about halfway, about 20 flying up in the air now. With a lot more room being in the air, the keys are a bit more nimble now, so they're getting harder to catch. But 20 left in the air now. The ones you've captured so far have not been the key you're looking for, and what you can tell, it's a very odd keyhole compared to the keys you're seeing flying around.
Okay.
Does it match the key that I still have from the other door?
So you try that, and that key from the other door is way too small for that lock, so it doesn't do anything. Just clinks around inside.
With the remaining keys that are flying around, does it look like any of them would fit properly in this keyhole?
Go ahead and do a perception check.
I want to try and take the vial acid out and drip a drop on the door to see if it reacts.
Okay.
Just a drop, not a lot, just enough to see if it fizzles and does something.
All right, so Preston, you I'll come back to you in a moment, Sneaky. So you
Okay.
take your vial of acid. Where are you pouring it on the door here?
I want to pour it. Try and get some in the keyhole. I just want to drip a drop in there. See if it does anything.
So you drip it in there, and you hear some sizzling. You know, maybe the bronze wears away a little bit, but not.
So it's like magically it is susceptible to stuff, but it's not. Okay.
Correct, but it seems the magic is reinforcing it.
Okay, I'm gonna recork it and put it back.
Okay. Sneaky, from you looking around here, these keys, you've tested enough keys now. You're going to think that none of these keys you see flying up are one you're looking for.
Okay, what else is in the room? We have the door, we have the flying keys. What else is there?
You have that, bronze metal door. You have the door you entered, and then there's just smooth walls everywhere.
I'm gonna walk up to Flint and say, Flint, I need your help, my friend.
Could there be a way to combine the keys together? You're saying like the keyhole's really large?
It's larger than normal, yes.
It's like, is there any way of combining the keys or anything that would maybe get them to work?
Do an investigation check. Oh, you just did. Okay. So you're fiddling around the keys, and you're not making any. Can't tell any different.
Do we see anything on the floor?
Nope. Just smooth floor.
Can I try my thieves toolkit to pick the lock?
Go ahead and roll for it.
I'm gonna try and see if I can get Flint and Rurik to help corral and Estella.
Estella is not in this. She's sleeping still.
We just left her in the other room.
Can I use my box to try to...
Well, hold on here. So Sneaky, you get your tools in there, and you successfully lock with no issue. It's almost comical how simple it was for you to pick this lock. It wasn't like it was a hard lock or you did an excellent job. It just it was an extremely simple lock mechanism, and you pick and the door swings open, no effort.
Have we been able to grab one of these keys yet?
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys have grabbed about 20 of the keys.
Okay.
So you guys ripped off wings of 20 of the 40 keys.
Okay.
Cruelly.
Do the wings have feathers?
Yes.
I'm gonna keep a bunch of them.
Okay.
A fistful.
Creepy.
Okay. Add 5 feathers.
No, you need it for spells usually.
Yep.
You don't know what ton of feathers you got, but there's 5 feathers.
I'm gonna go through the door
Take
and
some
continue
as
to
well.
investigate while they're
Alright,
picking through the carcasses of the dead keys.
You open the door here. Becca's still snoring away 2 rooms back here.
Whoa. My girl is not snoring.
Becca's still what she imagines not snoring 2 rooms back in here. And so you open this bronze door here, the door you just opened with these with your lock picking kit. You see sitting atop a little shelf. Far in the room is a little shelf, and on this shelf is a book with a blue binding cover on it, and it's gilded in gold around the edges here. And to the left is another doorway. This is a metal-looking doorway that looks very familiar to the one you guys first entered.
Okay. I'm gonna go back.
Go up and take the book.
I'm gonna go back and ask. I'm gonna ask Flint's assistants to come and make sure that if she's a cranky wake-up person, that I don't die.
Come back to you, Sneaky, in a minute. How do you wake her up?
I'm going to timidly approach because I know what kind of powder keg she is with her Thunderwave. And I'm Lady Estella. Lady Estella. Pardon me. I'm gonna kind of pat her on the shoulder. We're ready to, Lady Stella. I think we found our goal. I'm gonna shake her a little bit.
Becca, do you wake up?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you wake her up, no issue. I don't think she's angry or anything at you, probably. She's feeling pretty rested, you know. She does a nice nap.
She had a good nap.
Perfect temperature and everything like that.
Woke her up right on the perfect sleep cycle.
I have no idea how all this glass got here. We should get you out of here. I mean, my goodness, let's go. Allow me, and I'm gonna dust your shoulder off. There's a little glass on it.
All right, so you guys, you know, her up, you get her back. You guys all get back to the room. You know, she's a little mystified about flying keys. Thinks it's pretty cool here. I believe.
Would you like any feathers?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up some of those feathers too.
All right, so she picks up some of the feathers from the wings that have already been stripped off the keys. So
Don't ask.
add yourself 5 feathers to yourself, your inventory.
Can I pick up some keys?
You can, in fact. So you pick up a random 5 keys. We're just doing 5s, guys. Makes it 5 guys.
Wing-a-ling keys.
What kind of metal? Do I recognize it or?
So there are various metals you recognize: bronze, copper, steel.
He's gonna melt him down.
Yeah.
Hey.
Make a magical flying sword. What?
He weighs about a pound itself. So you guys enter the other room here. You guys see the bookshelf. You see the book Sneaky has picked up here. Of course, again, it's a blue binding with a leather gilding on it. And you guys see
That's what she was looking for, right?
And you guys see the door to your left here. That looks like the metal door first entered to enter this dungeon.
This looks familiar.
Can I also grab one of the living keys and maybe put it in a bag or something with both wings?
Yeah, so you quickly hop back in the other room, grab a key, and stuff in your bag here.
All right.
I would like to do the same.
Okay, you do too, Ben.
Sure.
I'm gonna call it Key, and Key will be my little pet, and I'll feed it and love it and take care of it. So I took the book and I put it in my inventory.
Yep. So you have the book in your hands currently now.
Okay. Check the door. How do we open the next door?
So the next door is just has a normal handle.
Okay, we open it up.
Okay. So you guys open the door, and standing there with the little smile on her lips is Fidelia Bloodgood once again. And she smiles. I see you're finally back here. You know, it's wondering when you'd make it here. I see you got back safely. Packed, all features.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You may want someone to clean up. There's quite a mess in there. Yes. There's a little bit of a mess. Some glass.
There's some glass down there.
Someone could get hurt. I mean, really. They could lose a finger in a door or something.
Well,
She
I
knows
don't.
that you're a psychotic killer.
I'll definitely have one of my students this all back up again for our next visitors.
Yes, indeed.
And so, did you find what I was looking for in my book?
Found a book. No, I'm pretty sure we found one.
Can I smack him upside the head?
Yeah. That's what I was. I'm pretty
Fuck.
sure we found one.
This is my book. I found it fair and square.
We remember Sneaky. We had a deal. Come on, man.
So, you know,
I'm not going to get out of here with all my limbs intact as the
I don't.
around with their maces
she's
and their
holding out her
axes.
hand expectantly, a knowing
Don't think
smile.
so.
I give her the book.
To turn you into a map.
Thank you. She opens it a few pages.
I didn't break the map. That was not me.
Oh, don't worry. And she
Nobody broke anything. I put it all back.
She nonchalantly points to the wall where the map is. You guys see the map there once again, full form, everything. And so after she pointed, she nonchalantly looks through the book real quick, and she gets it's sort of a sad smile on her face as she reads through it, and then she closes it, so she turns to you guys. Well, as promised, here is your ink. And she hands over a couple vials.
Thank you, my lady.
Ink.
The magical variety.
Ink. Now, have you guys decided what you'd like to do here? You have the choice of I can take you somewhere that you're looking to go, or I can provide you with a couple items of interest.
What would the items of interest be?
Well, I am glad you asked.
Was that 3 ink vials you said?
2.
2, okay.
One would be one.
I would like a dimensional bag with a small chamber, and maybe with a couple of sub-chambers. Something roughly 2,500 square feet, with a nice bathroom and possibly a master bedroom. Yes.
Well, you're certainly asking for a lot.
A little kitchenette. Nothing too fancy. Just a comfortable down bed.
I see. Well, if you want a nice bed, you can get that at the inn. But
yeah, I want it in the dimensional bag. That should be easy enough.
Unfortunately, I cannot give you that. But I can give you sort of these. And she holds out her hands, and all of a sudden, 2 things pop up. One thing pops up in the left. She has a pair of boots here, and these boots are sleek brown leather, with clasps, metal clasp on, so they snugly fit. And in the other hand is a she has, and so she says, well, I have these wondrous boots which can help in traveling. You can faster, jump a little higher in them, or I have this broom, and this is not just a normal. This is a broom of flying. So you can fly on it, you can go much faster. It can only hold 1 medium-sized person or 2 smaller people at any one time, but it may help you with something.
Should we want that, or the
Stella, I think she's got your transportation.
single point of travel? Single point of travel?
Horrible.
And that was the alternative, right? It was a one-time use travel pass. Oh, well, we do need the ability to get down there. But
what do the boots do again?
Makes you jump higher, run faster.
Yep. So while you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher, and your speed isn't reduced if you're encumbered wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement left.
So if he's heavy armor and its move speed is increased, does it also increase the stealthiness, or does it still have the clattering sounds?
No, this would increase the stealthiness. This would just people with heavy armor can just
move faster. Okay, got it. Okay.
Move faster or jump.
I personally feel that that the travel is probably going to be the best bet in the short term, or in the very near side of future, but long term, I believe one of these other items may prove more useful. What do you think?
The broom.
I don't mind.
I think we should maybe use the travel.
Especially
if our short-term goal is to retrieve the other that we're looking for.
My Lady Bloodgood, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
My Lady Bloodgood, let me ask you this. Should we ever, I know we spoke of perhaps in the future opening up the movement circles and things. Would any future engagements possibly also reopen up the avenues should we ever need or would like to come back and try and procure the other items?
You're asking, do you have any other could earn these other items. Is that what you're trying to say?
Saying that it's possible, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just fishing out possibilities.
Or could we just buy them?
I don't really think we need them.
I mean,
I don't find them intriguing either item. So
I like the idea of the flying because then I can shoot people from really high.
I think we should travel.
But traveling,
I agree.
I think, is going to be the quickest route.
Okay. So she tells you, you certainly can. I certainly can accept if you'd like to earn these items later on. That would be an issue if you're done with whatever adventures.
Indeed.
And you're seeking more.
Indeed.
Is there any way we could contact you outside of from actually being here, or like some magical way? Maybe.
Sure, we can do that. And she, the items in her hand just a moment, and she reaches behind her back and pulls out a pebble. And it's got etched in a symbol that looks like a B and a G in it. Maybe stands for blood good. And he says, "Here, press this. Tap it 3 times, and I will." I can't promise they'll be in. I'll instantly answer. It gives me a notice on my end, and similar rock in her other hand. And notice. I know when you're trying to reach me, and she demonstrates taps 3 times on one of the rocks. The other one lights up bright red.
Curious.
So I can give you that if you'd ever likes to reach me.
Well, didn't you say you're interested in embarking on an adventure, maybe with us?
Unfortunately, I did not. I am way too busy with my students and work that various nobles and lords of the cities ask of.
Fair enough.
Understood.
I'll take the stone and say thank you, my lady. We would like to. The city of Cholt. What was it called? I have it written down, but I don't know that I spelled it right.
You want to go to Calimport?
Calimport. Yes. Okay. We're gonna do. So it's Calimport, not Bor.
Port. Yes. Calimport.
Got it. CHULT.
The journal page.
So so you want to travel there? Would you like to leave immediately? Like the rest?
Let us rest, and we'll return in the morning.
Yeah, I guess we should go cut out our.
What time is it?
So you ask her. Well, it's close to midnight, dears. You guys have been down there for hours.
Oh my! Oh,
you guys got stuck on the cubes. She chortled knowingly.
Yes. I believe we probably should embark on the morning. I am feeling very tired, and I'd rather not set out on a new adventure. Feeling expended.
Good plan.
I'd like to stay behind. You guys go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So you guys exit the towers. Estella, she leaves you with instructions. Come by in the morning. Whenever you're ready, knock on the door, and we'll let you in and get you set up to go on the Calimport. And so you guys all exit out, and leaving Estella there. Now, dear, what can I help you with?
I want to talk about what you read in your book. You seemed unhappy and still okay with the results.
So forgive me. I did not mean to betray my emotions like that. This is a diary of my adventures with a dear friend. A friend who unfortunately passed away some short time ago, but we went on many adventures together. And it was good to read about this.
Yeah, you remind me of the lady that most of us trained with. Her name was Alaria.
And so you say the name here, and go ahead and do a perception check. Okay. So you see the name here, or you say the name Alaria, and from what you can tell, her eyes widen up just for an instant, and then go back to normal. almost like you're not sure of what you saw here. Like, a little bit of surprise in her eyes here. You're not sure you saw it or not, but you definitely noticed that. It says, Ilaria, huh? Well, she sounds like a wonderful person.
And also, I know one of our companions was looking at acquiring a map. I wondered if we could procure something similar to what you have on the wall to take with us on our travels.
Well, since you asked me so nicely this time around, and I did find a in our little game down the dungeon here. How about I just give you this one? And she goes over to the wall, where you guys tried and pulled it off the wall here. She just gently pulls off a corner here, it pops off the wall, no instant issue. And she rolls it up, hands it to you. And, you're looking at this up and see the map start growing out of the wall again. It's growing real slow. It's like starting off as a cube and very slowly expanding. So she hands you this map here. Now, I have to tell you, though, that this map I've given you is not going to be magical. It's just a general, very general detailed map of the cities and everything. And you look at the map for a moment here, unroll it just a slight bit, you can see that instead of just dots where like the sparkles would be, that you see small names of various large cities. It doesn't show all the settlements, all the roads or anything, but it shows the larger cities of the known world.
Okay. And I say much appreciated. It's more than we had.
You're welcome, dear. And she walks you to the door, lets you out for the night. So you guys head off to the inn, and that's where we'll stop it for the night there. Good stuff.
I don't go to the inn. I'm going to the store.
We will continue with that part next week. How about that?
Sweet.
All right.
Rubbery.
Guys.
Perfect.
No level up this week. So.
Roger.
I hope you guys enjoyed all my anti-traps.
Yeah. Pull the switch.
It's fun.
Pull the switch.
To explain the piece for it. I had a whole little thing, she's gonna, well, I certainly hope you learned you guys' lesson. Patience, critical thinking, and then overthinking bad, and then destruction is relaxing. Those are her lessons on hand there. She had forgot about each lesson had to do with a certain room.
Should have had Flint bring out his giant war mace or something and just smash it to bits.
Yeah, there were things ready for you to smash there, Joe. So.
Sorry, Joe.
And he smashed it with a hammer.
My bag is no fun.
Right? Well, I was gonna say she took a box and then another box and then put it in another box and then you could have smashed it with a hammer.
That is true. That's probably what Bonefish is thinking too.
That was entirely what I was thinking. that was the anti-trap part of it, where you guys didn't know what it was made out of, but you could have just smashed because it was all made of glass. Or like the first room where you guys kept resetting the lever there till you
just sit there for longer. He keeps flowing the switch.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure with my roll that room was very complex. And it involved massive amounts of dexterity and skill in order to get the door to open.
Yeah.
I did like, Preston, your smart thinking with goblins there. That was pretty smooth.
Oh, I was like, okay, there's fingers, and I was like, wait, what happens in like every movie when someone sticks their hand in, like the Mummy? He sticks his hand in, and it's a blood letter, and I'm like, And I was like, oh yeah, I've got goblin fingers.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you have bone dust.
Yes.
True.
Bone ooze. Yeah, that was what it was though. That was my very first kill was the goblin, so I kept his fingers.
That much room? No.
Well, technically, I guess we killed the rats first, but I kept those and I sold that.
Yeah, you guys killed a lot of things before you killed the goblin. But good job, guys.
Yeah.
So we'll have to pick this up again next week.
Ooh, I'm gonna be scrolling lots of spells.
Yep. So, again, if you guys have certain things you want to see, Becca with puzzles and stuff like that, so that's what I was more geared towards. But if you guys want more action or more other stuff, let me know so I can make sure I build it in here.
I like the reprise when we have back and forth. You know, sometimes towny stuff and sometimes smashing things with large mallets and killing.
I'd like to razz and pillage more villages and burn more places to the ground.
What is your alignment?
Chaotic to small children and animals. I'm really nice to storekeepers who don't let me help myself to their goods. Not so much.
And Ephraim's is chaotic goods, or not chaotic good. Isn't it lawful good? So I was wondering why you were egging him on. Lawful good? Aren't you lawful good as a cleric? Or are you something else?
Lawful good.
But you were like, yeah, you should steal. I just thought that was odd.
I averted it by saying we'll do it later, but really by later will be in a different time. So that's really what that was. It was
terrible. I'm gonna like sneak out while everyone's sleeping.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like my guy wouldn't care either one way or the other. But the cleric.
Everyone cares about profit.
Cleric. I care about knowledge. Is my guy's problem? Is that he's all about knowledge over anything else.
Yep. So did you guys watch?
Otherwise, I'd join.
You guys watch any of the BlizzCon announcements today?
I haven't. I heard there's a new character in Overwatch.
Yeah, new character. She's actually cracks me up a little bit, and other people. Well, she's a new healer. So
Nice.
New support, basically. They got a couple new heroes for Straza and Ponto. And then World of Warcraft's new expansion was previewed today. It actually looks pretty dang cool. But
Vanilla?
What's up with the classic, the World of Warcraft classic?
Yeah, vanilla.
Announcement for them. Yeah, so they're bringing up vanilla
Nice.
server.
Nice.
World of Warcraft, so you can.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the stream. Just as a quick reminder, we've done a lot of really good stuff. We're getting really close to our goal. Just going to double check here, see where we're at. For the Extra Life 2017 charity, we're going to be doing the stream tomorrow. For the majority of the day, you're going to see lots of different Team Nom people jumping in and out, doing a lot of cool stuff. So be sure and join that. If you have any questions, down below. Right now, we're at $453.81 of the $500 goal. So we're not quite there. There's still some time in the rest of the day to try and push that, get to the 500. As a reminder, if you haven't tuned in before, I've got the squirrel suit for my public humiliation in favor of the children, and doing something fun and lighthearted to make it easier for them. So if we can hit that $500 goal by the end of tonight, by midnight Mountain Daylight Time, then that'll be happening tomorrow. So thanks again for joining. If you have questions about D&D, tonight was, I actually had the wrong, now that I'm seeing it, I had the wrong overlay on for everybody. But this was the team for KT Bonefish. He was the DM this evening. He's one of the Nommers. So if you have any questions about tonight's game or comments, go ahead and tweet us at Team Nom, team_Nom, or hashtag Team Nom. Both show up in our feed. So thanks again for joining, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.